Happy Pride Month to all our viewers. I can already tell that just by saying that within the first 10 seconds of this video, I can assume that this video is probably gonna get floored with a bunch of homophobic slurs in the comment section and receive massive dislikes. Why do I think this? Because sadly, it's the world we live in which homophobia and homophobic harassment exists in real life and online. But it's very sad in which YouTube, a massive company who currently has its Twitter profile changed to a rainbow to celebrate Pride, claims that a user who has made derogatory, homophobic, and racist remarks towards another user several times over the course of a year does not violate any of YouTube's policies. Yeah. Welcome back to I.O. My name's Michael Mello, or what some of you may refer to me as the token gay host of this channel. We tell you the news and we make it entertaining, but today I'm gonna give you the news, and it's gonna come from a pretty biased point of view, so if that bothers you, feel free to turn away. But if you choose to stay, then I welcome you to subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications as we choose to tackle stories that are unique and interesting, and we hope you feel the same way. As always, be sure to check us out on social media as well, where you can find some cute content like this photo of Charlotte and I during Pride season, because you know, gay is okay. After an explosive and controversial feud between Vox writer and host Carlos Maza and conservative YouTuber Steven Crowder, YouTube says Crowder has not violated any of its policies and that his channel will stay up despite his repeated derogatory mocking remarks directed at Maza in several of his videos. I personally don't feel comfortable quoting what Steven Crowder has said, so I think it makes more sense if I show you some clips.
This is what Mr. Gay Vox wants to do. Mr. Lispy Queer from Vox.
What were you holding, Gay Latino from Vox?
Oh, okay, so you really are just an angry little queer. All right, I can't deal with this Sprite anymore. Okay, he just sachets across without it, like just, oh,
The Gay Vox Sprite is wrong!
now he could be a tranny, Your Honor.
As you can see, Steven Crowder, throughout many of his videos in which he attempts to debunk Vox's series Strike Through, chooses to make remarks about Carlos's sexuality and ethnicity rather than debunking the quality of his work. Crowder claims his remarks are jokes, saying they're harmless ribbing. However, I would like to note that his fans have created a t-shirt with Carlos's face on it in which they use a derogatory term. And they also found his phone number and sent him repeated texts that say, "Debate Steven Crowder." I wouldn't call any of this harmless, but I'll give my full opinion after I give you all the facts. After several days of no response, of pleading from Vox and Carlos for YouTube to take a stance against Crowder's homophobic and racist slurs, as they believe this qualified as harassment, which goes against YouTube's policies, YouTube finally decided to speak out, saying, "Our team spent the last few days conducting an in-depth review of the videos flagged to us, and while we found language that was clearly hurtful, the videos as posted don't violate our policies." So I would like to briefly point you to some of YouTube's guidelines against harassment, saying, any content that is deliberately posted in order to humiliate someone, content that makes hurtful and negative personal comments / videos about another person, content that incites others to harass or threaten individuals on or off YouTube shouldn't be on YouTube. How interesting. YouTube went on to say, "As an open platform, it's crucial for us to allow everyone from creators to journalists to late-night TV show hosts to express their opinions within the scope of our policies. Opinions can be deeply offensive, but if they don't violate our policies, they'll remain on our site." YouTube then made sure to clarify that even if a video remains on our site, it doesn't mean we endorse or sponsor that viewpoint. YouTube says it's still evaluating Crowder's channel, however, it has never stated who on their team completed this so-called in-depth review. They never informed how many people completed the review, how they looked at their own policies or rules to evaluate this cause, and how the decision was even finalized. I mean, was it unanimous? Did the big boss make the final decision? None of this is clearly stated. This upset Carlos, who took to Twitter after YouTube had made the final verdict. He wrote, "I don't know what to say. YouTube has decided to not punish Crowder after he spent 2 years harassing me for being gay and Latino. I don't know what to say. To be crystal clear, YouTube has decided that targeted racist and homophobic harassment does not violate its policies against hate speech or harassment." Carlos even pointed out the hypocrisy of YouTube releasing a YouTube documentary called State of Pride, which is about the LGBTQ+ community, and yet not coming to a gay person's defense against homophobia. Both Google and YouTube have numerous policies regarding harassment, bullying, and hate speech. These companies have the right to suspend or ban users for violating these policies. Carlos claims ever since he's spoken out against Steven, he has received massive harassment, including inboxes full of death threats and being called many homophobic terms. YouTube did not respond to multiple requests for comments on how Crowder's video does not violate their policies and has officially declined to give additional comments beyond their tweets. Vox Media's publisher Melissa Bell made a statement about the situation, stating, I quote, "By refusing to take a stance on hate speech, YouTube allows the worst of their community to hide behind cries of free speech and fake news, all while increasingly targeting people with the most offensive and odious harassment." Okay, now that I have given you all the information, I am going to give my input on the situation. I am a total believer in freedom of speech. If you want to make a video debunking something, go ahead. I, for one, love debates, as I think humans express our opinions and viewpoints with one another is very insightful and important to do. We're not all meant to think the same. But where I draw the line is when you have to belittle and mock someone to try to make your point come across. That's not debating, that's flat out bullying. You can debate a viewpoint without having to drag who someone is as a person into your argument. For example, we at IO can report on the story and share our feelings toward our point of view, but at no point have I trash talked the side that I feel is in the wrong. You're allowed to have freedom of speech. But freedom of speech isn't a free pass to promote hate and be rude to someone. Just as I said, we're not all meant to think the same, we're also not meant to live and be the same. Some of us are born gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender. This doesn't make us bad people. It's similar to how someone is born straight. It doesn't make them a bad person just because they're straight. Attacking someone based on their sexuality, race, and overall being is just childish and does not make you a good debater or debunker. So clearly this story has me heated and I'm a tad emotional, as of course I know what it's like to get teased about your sexuality and your mannerisms and your voice. You don't have to be a part of the LGBTQ+ community to know that bullying is wrong. If you're going to call someone out, don't do it on something that they can't change about themselves. We're all here for a small fraction of time. Why be mean to one another? You should be spreading love and kindness always, as many of you do in the comment section. Man, I need a vacation after today's story. I'm actually flying to an all-inclusive resort after this, so this is gonna be the last video you see of me for a while, but the next time you see me back in about 2 weeks, I should be gorgeously tanned, so stay tuned for that. But while I'm away, please let me know how the story made you feel. I would love to hear multiple opinions on this case, and feel free to debate my viewpoint, because as I said, we're all different and we're allowed to think differently. I have to catch my flight, so I don't have any time to do any comment features, but I hope you hit this playlist to check out more IO videos. Subscribe for more videos as well. Check us out on social media. My name is Michael Mello. I'll see you in 2 weeks when I return, and I hope you have a wonderful day.